There are many strange and legendary creatures mentioned in the Bible, such as dragons, unicorns, giants, and many, many more. However, the most terrifying of them all are said to be three mighty creatures created by God at the beginning of time: Leviathan, Behemoth, and Ziz. Together, they form a triad of monsters that represents the untamed forces of the earth. We start with Leviathan, a colossal sea monster that personifies chaos, disorder, and the forces of evil. It is said that Leviathan is so immense in size that it can create massive tidal waves when emerging from the sea. It can breathe fire, emit smoke, and has scales harder than iron, which makes it nearly invincible. The Book of Job gives a detailed description of the Leviathan. Quote, "His sneezings flash forth light, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his mouth go burning lights, sparks of fire shoot out, smoke goes out of his nostrils, as from a boiling pot and burning rushes. His breath kindles coals, and a flame goes out of his mouth." The passage then provides further details. However, the animal that Leviathan is based on remains unclear. Some believe it's a giant whale or crocodile. Others suggest that this passage describes a sea-dwelling dinosaur. Yet, in legends, Leviathan is an evil sea dragon with multiple heads, or a primordial serpentine being dwelling in the abyss, who at the beginning of time was destroyed by God, a theme found in many myths and legends from the Near East. Leviathan is also linked with the idea or imagery of hell mouth that appears in medieval art and writings, depicting a fearsome monster whose mouth is the portal that leads to hell, where eternal punishment awaits the wicked. In demonology and magic grimoires, however, Leviathan is considered a major demon and a prince of hell who embodies the sin of envy. His role is to punish sinners by swallowing them and slowly devouring their souls. Next we have Behemoth, also known as Behemoth, is a massive and mighty beast, believed to be the strongest land-dwelling creature ever created. It is described as having bones like tubes of bronze and limbs like rods of iron. Once a year, Behemoth releases a terrifying roar that causes all animals, even the most ferocious ones, to tremble in fear. Its roar also reduces their aggression and violence, creating a safer environment for weaker animals to thrive and multiply. So, according to this legend, Behemoth plays a crucial role in maintaining order on land. Now, as with Leviathan, it's not clear what kind of animal the behemoth is. While some believe it could be a hippo or elephant, there are problems with this theory. If we get back to the passage that describes behemoth, the description here does not really fit any known living animal. For example, neither hippos nor elephants have tails that look like a cedar, which is used here to indicate that the creature has a huge long tail. So some theories suggest that this description could have been based on early stories about large extinct animals or ancient sightings of dinosaur fossils. There's a legend describes an epic battle between Leviathan and Behemoth at the end of time. The battle starts with both monsters engaging in physical combat. They are both evenly matched, leading to a prolonged conflict with no clear outcome. Then God intervenes, wielding a mighty sword and defeating both monsters. Afterward, God uses the skin of Leviathan to create shelters for the righteous, and then they celebrate and feast on the flesh of the two creatures. Finally, we have the Ziz, a griffin-like bird said to be so enormous that its wingspan can block out the sun. When standing, its feet touch the ground while its head reaches up to the sky. This description is so similar to other giant birds found in Middle Eastern mythology, such as the Smir and the Roch. Now, the Ziz is not as well known as the other two monsters, and is only mentioned once in the Bible, where it is described as one of the greatest creatures created by God. His role is to maintain balance in nature, so he rules over the sky, Leviathan over the sea, and Behemoth over the land. In other words, these three beings represent the realms of animals and symbolize the natural forces that humans could not hope to control.